Look at that. How's that for an entrance? Hi there, everybody. I'm Mike DeLisio.
And I'm Jackie Fox.
And welcome back to the World Series of Board Games 2025. And we are getting ready to watch the World Championship for, in this humble reporter's opinion, the greatest game ever made. My number one game of all time, Jackie.
Wow.
Rah.
You can count to one. I am impressed, Mike.
Look, I'm a man of many talents. Numerology, just one of them. But yeah, no, my favorite designer, you're coming up close though, right? You've got a shot at the great doctor.
Not even.
So I'm very, very excited about seeing the best players in the world play this game.
I'm excited too, although we talked to them before, just now, and none of them seems to think that they're the best players in the world, which is interesting.
Very humble, yes. All of the contestants were very, very humble and, saying, "Oh, it was luck. I got a good run in the second round," and we know better than that, right? We know better than that. While I think it's probably safe to say that Raw is one of the games that has a higher element of luck than many of the other games in these championships, you still have to have skill consistently to do well.
So tell us, for people who don't know, give us a little overview of Raw.
So Raw is an auction game, in my opinion, first, although I asked all the players if they think if it's more of an auction game or a push your luck game, because it has elements of both. And all but one player, Andrew, is the only one who said it was more of a push your luck game. Everyone else said it was an auction game. So it's what's called a closed economy auction game, meaning that the tiles that they're going to use to bid on, or bid with, which you'll see on their boards, they have 3 number tiles on each of their boards. Those are the only bidding tiles that are going to be in the game. And so when you are bidding on a lot of tiles, if you win that lot of tiles, the tile that you win with, the value you win with, you're going to exchange with the one that's on the board. And so at the beginning of the game, the one value tile starts in that center board. So anything that you're bidding, you're taking the one tile, which is the lowest value tile in return.
Right. So some of the game is valuing the tiles that are out and the tile that you're going to have to take to bid in the next round.
Huge part of it. Yeah. And everyone we talked to basically was talking about how important it is to have a good sense of evaluation of the worth of things. And they were also talking about, well, I like to look at what the other players need and do my bidding accordingly. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how they approach the value of these different tiles that come out. And it looks like we're starting, right? We've already got the first 2 tiles drawn here.
So let's maybe introduce the players.
Sure.
We have Andrew.
Andrew's in seat 3 there. Yep.
Wait, let's see where they're saying. So let's start with Andrew in the upper left corner of our stream. He's been playing in the World Series since 2023. This is his first final.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a very exciting moment for him.
So he's a senior project manager from Denver, Colorado, who loves NASCAR. And in the last 2 days, he's competed at Wingspan and Arc Nova.
So yeah, Euros, and this is I don't know that you would call this just a standard Euro game. Yeah,
it's definitely it's one of the things we'll talk about what makes this game so great in a little bit. But next to him we have Gray from Queen Creek, Arizona. He's already got 2 rings from the World Series of Board Gaming. He's got one from Splendor and one from Dune. And you might be able to see this in one of the shots, but he's wearing his rings on his right index and right ring finger. And he said this is the only place that he feels comfortable wearing them. But he said if he gets a third one, he's going to put it on his left index finger. So we'll see if he can do that.
So you see that there are 4 of those kind of dark blue or purplish tiles. Those are monument tiles, and those tiles will stay with the players throughout the game. So on one side of your player board, on the left side of their player board, will go the tiles that are consistent throughout the whole game. The tiles that go on the right will clear at the end of each of the 3 epochs, or epochs. I can never get the pronunciation
I
right.
agree. I say epoch.
Yeah. And so Yeah, we have a call from Alan, the first raw call, and he said that he likes to call raw.
He did say that,
Yeah.
but wow, this is really pretty early.
So essentially, he's starting this auction, and he's bidding 3.
So one of the things about raw is you want to invest in these monuments early.
Yes.
So tell people what the monuments
So the monuments are essentially a set collection mechanic where there are unique monuments, and you want to collect both variation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because they all have a certain number, and you also could get scoring for having multiples of the same. So if you have 3 of the number 2 monuments, that will score you points as well. So, okay, so it looks like Rich won that with his, trying to read the tile there. Let me get my glasses on.
Cool. No thanks. Pass for
do
me.
that as well.
He won it with the 9. Okay, so he took the 1. He won with a bid of 9, which, it's a... He also got a Nile tile, which will only score if... oh, no, he got a flood tile, yeah.
So there are Niles and floods.
Yep.
And this is based historically on the Nile would need to flood every year in order to provide nutrients for crops, largely wheat to grow, which was a big part of Egyptian economy.
Yeah.
So why don't you talk about how these tiles work?
So essentially what's going to happen is that you collect the river tiles, and they're going to stay on the left side of your board. So they're going to consistently stay there, but they're not going to score unless you get a flood tile. So it's a bit of a push your luck inside of a push your luck game where, you'd love to collect a bunch of river tiles, but if you don't get a flood tile, they really don't do anything for you.
And when do those clear out?
The flood tiles will clear at the end of each epoch. The river tiles stay with you throughout the game. So if you get them early and you can consistently get flood tiles, they could be a good scoring.
So let's talk a little bit about disaster tiles and how they affect the evaluation of when to claim these tiles.
Yeah, so disaster tiles are negative. You don't want them. You don't want them. Now, each disaster is going to affect a particular element of scoring on your board. So there are times when a disaster for you is not going to be...
It's just going to be a whiff,
right,
and
because
it's fine.
if it clears out your monuments and you don't have any monuments, then you don't really need to worry about that. But depending upon where each player is at, they can definitely affect the bidding.
All right, while we're watching, why don't we introduce the 2 players that we haven't talked about yet. So we have Alan, who is from Brooklyn, New York. He won the Azul Ring last year. This is only his 2nd year at the World Series. And we asked him whether he has a strategy for this game. And he said, yes, get lucky. So I think is one of my favorite strategies for sure.
Yep.
And Alan is the one who really likes calling raw often. He said he loves slamming that raw.
Likes calling raw, and he is taking the interesting maneuver of when he draws tiles out of the bag, he lifts it above his head. And I think that's a way to say, hey, look, I'm above reproach here. I'm not looking in that bag.
Well, I think it's interesting that he likes doing that because he is a math grad from MIT and he coaches students at math.
Yeah.
So you would think that he would really be thinking about this numerically, but he isn't.
Well, the designer, Dr. Kanitzia, and he called raw again, is a mathematician by trade. He's a professor of mathematics. All of his games are very heavily underpinned with mathematical foundations. Okay. Go ahead, sorry.
All right, well, we can call this, but I just want to introduce our last player, who is Rich. He's originally from New York. This is his 3rd year at the World Series of Board Gaming. He likes raw. If there's a little too much luck for his taste, he's primarily a Euro gamer. He used to be a finance guy, now lives locally. And I'm very jealous because he said when he leaves here, he's going to France to buy wine.
Yes.
So maybe he'll get to go wearing some really cool jewelry.
He was also in the final table of Acquire, and he was talking about how much he loves that game. That really is the game that got him to come to the World Series of Board Gaming in the first place, he said.
Yeah, there's quite an age difference between the players. At
Yes,
the table,
that's also
so
true.
It'll be interesting to see if that affects how they approach
Yes.
the game.
So it looks like while we were talking a bit there that Andrew got the first Pharaohs.
Pass.
Oh, civilizations. I'm sorry, not the Pharaohs, Civs. I'm right in this middle ground where my glasses
We're
are
both, this is the choice of getting older.
This is old people probs, baby. Okay. But he picked up 2 of the 3 golds. Looks like some river tiles. Okay, there's another pharaoh. Okay, so Alan has the only pharaoh up to date.
Now, can you see the number that's out in the center right now?
It looks like a 8. Looks like an 8.
So 8 is okay.
Yeah, looking at what people have on their board, I mean, we have.
We should also talk about, for people who don't know this game, those red tiles above the raw tiles are a timer for ending the epoch or the epoch.
Yeah.
However you
Probably
want to pronounce
epoch,
it.
probably, yeah. Yeah. Okay, Alan, he got that 9 with a 3, so that's a really good. Okay, so it looks like he.
So how important, I see Gray still has all of his bidding tokens.
Yes, he does. So, and the reason why that may be advantageous to Gray is that if you look above, when you only have the 2 raw tiles showing, it means that there's still a lot of time before this is going to potentially bid out. So if everyone is spending their bidding tiles early, Gray is just
You
can
can
sit
just
there.
wait.
You can sit there and let it. And I mean, that could be a very viable path to victory. It's a high risk, high reward type
Now,
of strategy.
the other players are probably not going to let him get away with it.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Because these are good players.
They're very good players, but also Gray has very strong. You know, he's got some strong position right here, I would say.
That's a good one.
And now is that the 5 that's going in? Yeah. But look what we've got going on with monuments here. Rich is obviously going for that, and it makes sense. I mean, that's the way the tiles have been coming out.
Okay, so with those monuments, we're
Again, it's-
wanting to
yeah.
collect either a lot of one type or every type.
Correct. Yeah. So if you get 3 of an individual, you'll score 5 points that way, and then the more you have of the unique ones, you'll score increasing points for that.
So one of the things I think is really interesting about Raw, and coming from a design space right now, people are always playing not to lose.
Yep.
Is not something that's favored these days. And
No.
there is a little bit of that in Raw, but to me, it's one of the things that makes it a really special game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is that you cannot be last in some of this set collection.
No, it's Raw is a game that is so rules light that it really comes down to reading the other players around the table. How aggressive are they in their evaluations? How aggressive are they in calling raw? And it usually takes the first round at least to get a sense of the other players. And so there's a little bit of, okay, I'm going to play my game, but I'm also going to try to see what I can do more long term based on how other players have approached.
It's a little poker-like in that respect. And interestingly, Rich has competed at the World Series of Poker and
Yeah.
cashed 3 times.
That's
So that's hard to do.
that is very hard to do. Okay. So it looks like is that the 2 in the center? Yeah, so the 2's in the center, so that's obviously a consideration. Okay, we've got another raw tile. Now things are starting to speed up a little bit. Gray and Andrew both still have 2 of their tiles.
So Rich has both a flood tile and a Nile tile.
Correct, so he'll get a point for the flood tile in and of itself, but he'll also score his river. All right, here we go. Alan with the above the head draw. Another monument.
That's a new monument for him. No, he did Drew.
And it looks like that's one that Rich does not have yet.
That does appear to be the case, yes. And so if it gets around to Rich, it's difficult because he has his highest value tile left. It's the only one, and he'd be changing that for a 2. Oh, but here comes another raw. And see, and this is where things start to get spicy.
Yeah.
Because now the players that have both of their bidding tiles maybe are not feeling that same.
Yeah, Raw is completely about valuing when to pull the trigger.
Pacing and tempo is huge in this game, and a lot of times by calling raw, you're pushing that tempo. And I know, like Alan said, he
Right,
likes
so
it.
Alan is the driver of the tempo at this
Yeah.
table.
So far, he is.
Interestingly, speaking of tempo, I think all of the players told us that they're big music fans.
Yeah.
Very different styles of music
Very different
that they
styles.
enjoy.
And I wonder how many of them knew your background.
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
But, you being a professional musician, okay, so he did. And I thought if it got back to
By
Rich,
force from you.
yeah, the
Yeah,
big
it
consideration there
was
is
me.
giving up
So
your
you're good. Yeah,
10
that's
for
why
a
I
2.
gave you the bag.
Right.
But
But
he's got-
there's also going to be a chance then to get the higher ones back.
Sure.
New for all of us.
So he has 6 monuments plus 3 of the same.
Yeah,
So.
he had a good.
All right, there's another raw.
That's really low numbers.
We always talk about, I mean, board games in general are about timing,
Yeah,
but this one
So it's
really
me.
pushes it to the max.
it is. Yeah, that timing and tempo is so much a part of this game. And I'll tell you,
That's a good one.
this is moving along at a pretty good clip too, because normally there's a lot more consideration that are taken. People are very decisive so far
Yes.
in drawing a tile,
Yeah, well, we gotta
calling
catch up
raw.
to you.
There you can
You're
see
looking really good
Gray's
right now.
2 World Series rings.
Yeah, yep.
They are very sparkly up close.
Right, they are. They're very beautiful. All right, so who's I lost track of whose turn it is at the moment. Oh, okay, it was Gray.
I think it's a smart play. It's a lot of points. That's a lot.
Yeah, we're close.
5 or 6.
Yeah,
10
that
points
was a
an
good play
So you and vote draw?
Yeah,
because he's got the. So with the civilizations, yeah, he set himself up very well there.
But now those go away at the end of the round.
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, everything on the right side of the board clears at the end of every epoch. Everything on the left board stays until the end of the game. Yep, there he goes, Alan. He's on brand, man. He's all about.
13, that's nice. Nice
He's
play.
about forcing the tempo.
Yeah.
He played right there. You
Now,
have to call that.
interestingly, now Andrew.
Okay, Roz,
both of
come on
his-
out right now. Fast, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, see, that's why they want Raw to come
Let's
out.
Alan, let's play nice with each other here.
So, I'm not so sure how interested Alan is in playing. Okay, here we go. Andrew's sweating a little bit right now, I think.
I'll pass.
All right, Andrew.
Yeah, there's not.
Okay.
Monument number 1.
So the thing here is that Alan with the 4 and Andrew with the 2, what Andrew would love is to be able to, well, no, because if Alan takes it with the 4, then he'd end up with the 4. So yeah, this is a tricky,
Yes, that is.
yeah.
No, it's
Especially because I made a mistake.
Oh boy. And that's the two right there. And Rich would love that because he has one of those. He's
But he's
out of this. He's done for this epoch. All right, there we go.
feel like 6 months from here.
Okay.
yeah. Andrew had to make a move.
Yeah, I mean, with the civilizations. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm looking at it upside down.
No, he's got it.
Okay.
I think he's just placed it on the wrong side of the
Oh,
board.
okay. That would make sense because I was wondering what
No,
was
no, no.
happening.
He's
I was-
placed it on the right side. It should be on the left.
Okay. No one has called him on that yet.
They will.
So Andrew is not terribly incentivized
You got
to
bit.
take the 2.
Oh, sorry. I passed. Yeah, I passed.
Look in my river.
Do you think we should draw or?
Look, what the fuck, you guys? So you just
Nothing.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got a disaster. My guess is they're going to let this just run out,
Just goes out.
and no one plays
Yeah.
the bid on it. That certainly is the direction now. But see, sometimes things get spicy. But they're doing the evaluation, and
It's good. No rise. Still no rise.
Can you see which disaster that is out there?
I think we're going to get a little bit of help here. It's a Pharaoh disaster. Okay. I believe that.
So
Yeah.
that's not something he's going to be keen to take.
No, like I said, I kind of expect this to clear out. Oh, there's a Civ disaster in there as well. Okay, I see it now. Yeah. Yeah, so this is likely to clear.
Wow. Swipe this
Do
out.
a
So it's
double
a
pass
force-
and get him out
So
of there.
it's a force draw on
It's a
you.
soft option
Yeah.
starting with you, so you actually get first pick.
Depends on what
It's definitely tense. Just knowing what's on the line for these players.
It's right. Yeah, I mean, there is a potential that he's thinking about this because of the god tiles, and the way the god tiles work is that you can they'll score at the end of the round if you have them at the end of the round, or you can use them to take a single tile out. You could just basically draw a tile on your own. But at this point in the round, it's likely you just take them for the
For
scoring,
this,
and you get the monument points as well.
That's a nice take, actually. I was,
That's
yeah,
the
Yeah, he did. Okay.
that's a really nice take. That's pretty good.
Oh, there we go. I think he noticed now that he had his purples on the wrong side.
and then you can pull or also just do that.
Just on the- Okay, game 12.
I call Ron.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the round will end because everyone's used all their suns for the first round.
Yep.
A nice finish.
Thanks. You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, this was an interesting first round. It actually went at a very, very good clip. Very fast.
Okay, so starting with seat one,
Decisive
Rich,
decisions.
Want to go through the categories here for
I
scoring?
think
Any god
Alan was
tiles?
really
Nope,
driving
zero.
that tempo.
And I think he's going to
Points for
continue to do
pharaohs.
so.
I think so.
Pharaohs, I have
That
one
seems to
pharaoh.
So
be
he doesn't have the least of
So
zero.
you
his
lose anything?
preferred way of
Yes.
playing,
Yeah.
and the other
Nile?
players are going to have to
Yes.
adjust
That's
to
2
that.
points.
It keeps people on their toes. It absolutely keeps people on their toes.
Civilization?
0.
So they're doing their scoring
Nope,
for this.
Monuments.
When they do this and we get ready to, right before we go
Alright, so
into the
just,
second
Move everything
epoch,
for
Just
right?
zero, right?
it might be a good
Yeah,
time
'cause
to
you don't get
just
monument sun, right?
take a
No,
quick
you
look
don't
at
count
an
that
ad.
till
So
Okay.
All right, so
at
2
the end of the
point
scoring
round
here,
for
we'll do a
Rich.
quick
And I'll
ad, and then
take
we'll
this
come
and
back
you
for the
guys-
second epoch.
Yes.
I think I might change my clothes. I'm feeling kind of
All right,
red.
Alan.
Well, we're gonna have
Any points for god tiles?
we're gonna have another special guest come and join us here in
Pharaohs?
just a moment.
The most, so you
Yeah,
get
the
5 for
most.
that. Yep.
I'll just
Nile
say,
points.
being here makes me feel young.
None.
Civilization.
Well,
There's any.
No.
you already have
gold?
that energy.
2
So,
gold, so 6.
okay, so we're
Monuments.
looking at Rich with 2,
You have
Alan with
11, 5,
11.
and 6. All right, Andrew. Starting with god tiles.
I'm 6.
6 points for these. Pharaohs.
-2.
Minus
So I have
2.
the last.
Any Nile points?
Nope.
4 for Andrew.
Civilization.
So Alan's strategy
It's
working well so far.
first round is looking good. Now keep in mind that
Yeah,
Rich has a
6
lot
and
of
then minus
end game
the 2
points he's
for-
working on right
He
now.
does.
Yeah.
And then Braden.
2 for God.
2 points for your god. Pharaoh.
Nothing.
Niles.
Nothing.
Civilization.
10.
12 for
Any
Gray.
gold?
Nothing.
Monuments for later, and then sons. I see 10 and 2, so 12.
Correct.
I'll show
All
you
right.
guys this one more time
Yep.
here for the first round. So
Going
Rich,
to an ad.
2
We're gonna
points
go
for
to
round
a quick
one.
ad, and then
Alan,
we'll be
5 and
right
6 for
back. Stick
11.
around.
Andrew, 6 minus 2.
What's up, board gamers? Now you can compete in the World Series of Board Gaming from the comfort of your own home. Introducing Board Game Arena official tournaments, where you can win your way to WSBG 2026. Head on over to BoardGameArena.com and sign up for one of our free tournaments for a taste of the action. Plus, join the official WSBG group so you can be notified anytime a new tournament drops. There's no better way to practice for the main event. And hey, you want to lock in your 2026 spot at the best possible deal? Well, head on over to WSBGVegas.com and use the code EARLYBIRD at checkout for an exclusive limited time offer. Don't just watch the action. Come be a part of it. Your journey starts now. Visit WSBGVegas.com for more.
For over 50 years, the stories lived in our minds. Now, they have a home, the Table of Adventure. The first official Dungeons & Dragons table co-created with the D&D team over 2 years. More than a table, it's a storytelling engine. With legendary art, hidden lore, magnetic tools, and in-table power, every detail is designed to pull you deeper into the world. No breaks, no distractions, just uninterrupted immersion. On October 1st, the story changes. Join us on Game Found. Claim your place at the Table of Adventure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're back. And we have a special guest with us.
Live bidding.
Let's go.
What about
have-
short that
Yeah.
first round?
Not
right?
just a
Correct.
special
8 of
guest,
9,
but we have Bonds, the Bonzinator.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. You know,
Yeah, he actually bid
I
his last
I
one.
was actually
Yeah,
in the ring
yeah,
tournament
yeah.
this morning
So all got
for
bid,
Raw.
Wow.
What did you do wrong, Bonds?
I got 9 points. I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even break double digits.
That's a bold move to go in there and to just come right under the double digits.
Yeah,
That's
but
hard
you
to
know
roll.
what? Started from the bottom and now we're here, okay? So now I'm gonna watch these amazing people score so many points. Let's see if they can break 100 like last night's The White Castle.
I thought 100 in Raw is. I don't even know if that's mathematically possible.
I can tell you I've never gotten anywhere near
Well, we don't know if it's mathematically possible because we didn't, we're not from MIT doing that mathematical degree.
That is
I know
correct.
that you got-
That is correct.
Okay, so they're actually in Epoch 2 right now, right?
Correct. They just started the,
Yeah.
the
Okay,
second
fill
of
me in.
3 epochs. Well, just kind of quickly, what we can see is that we've got 2 of the players here that are kind of going for a monument
Okay.
strategy. You played it this morning, so you
Of
kind
course.
of know they're going for those end,
End
game
game.
points.
Yep.
No thanks.
Gray scored a lot of short-term points, so he did really well, but he doesn't have a lot stashed up right now.
Yeah,
So-
he ended with 12.
Okay, I think that round 2 is going to be his round where he stacks up for monuments then.
It certainly, it would make some sense.
Yes. Now, you always want to make sure you can have the tiles on the right side so you don't get those negative points for the end of
Correct.
round scoring,
Yep.
but plan ahead for the future because this game is actually super short when you think about it.
It really is. Now, I'll tell you, I didn't anticipate it moving at the pace it is for the World Championship game. I am really surprised at how really decisive they have been so far.
It might slow down towards the end.
Did you play with any of these players?
I did not. I have played with Gray before, and he is phenomenal. So he definitely deserves to be at the this final round for Raw.
Yep.
But I didn't play with any of them today, so I have no excuses.
All right, so they all passed on that, which is not hugely surprising with a 3 sitting there in the middle. Okay, we've got some gold out there. He's calling raw, okay.
Okay. Now, what do you do when you call Raw?
In the sense of,
Yeah. What do you say?
oh, I a lot of times am the silent but deadly. I'll just let the piece do the talking. I
You
let
know,
the token do the talking.
I am also the silent but deadly, but when it comes to farts,
Well,
so I don't know about this
Look,
situation here.
This took a turn.
it's multifaceted, right?
No, I like to
If you
slam
can
it
combine
down.
the two, then it's really impressive.
Make the
Look, we like to distract
make
him
the
anyway.
noise when you put it
It's
down.
illegal.
Like
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what happened here. I'm completely.
They call SPD where I'm from, you know.
Well, you know.
They're playing.
that's-
Find out
I'm sure Dr. Kenichi would be so proud right now, right?
Be like, you need to go see a doctor.
I gotta confess.
All right, so who's player one initially? Is it the upper right here?
So that's
Upper left.
Gray in the upper right. You can
Okay.
tell by his two rings.
Okay.
Little
Oh,
too
oh,
rich.
you know, it was so bright, it kind of deflected my eyesight there.
No.
I'm in a weird
And
spot,
then
but
on the
just, like,
bottom
keep
right,
getting
I
the-
believe that's Rich,
goes?
Okay.
our former
who's that?
finance guy,
Someone call
who
Rob, or-
is
I got
local
called
and
Rob.
who is our poker
He
player.
seems so
I did.
cool. You know, we have several like professional poker players here at WSBG. They went from World Series of Poker to World Series of Board Gaming.
It makes sense, right? That competitive nature, that
You know what? Good idea. I'm gonna hit the tables later.
there
Who's
you go.
with me?
Do it. I mean, I can do essentially the same thing and just flush the money that I would pay to enter in the toilet. I mean, the result would be.
I already know
absolutely
I
the
would
same.
be the donkey at any poker table, so I've got a sister who is a World Series of Poker bracelet.
Oh no. Oh
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So you need to get in there and get, you
No,
know, your
she's-
pair of dice on your wrist, you know?
Represent.
You know what? I inherently, one of the things about being good at board games is knowing what you're good at.
Yeah. We have Matt in the chat who's asking where this is taking place. This is at the Horseshoe Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada.
The new one.
The new, yeah. It used
Yeah.
to be Bally's and
And before that, the MGM
and
Grand.
before that,
Correct.
MGM.
Yeah, so
And,
Horseshoe Old
decision
Town
making.
shut down.
Right.
Yeah.
And so this is where World Series of Poker takes place as well. Is that correct or no?
The same
You know,
decision.
who talks about World Series of Poker? It's all about World Series of Board
That's
Gaming now.
true. That's true.
Nice.
Okay, so we had a draw here.
And Kim H. just noted in the chat that Gray is not only a
Well, if
great
you and-
player,
if you keep
he's also a
invoking Rob,
publisher and designer.
Let's
I said if you
go.
keep
Got the
invoking
game
Rod, then
Potions of
you
Azurland, and I believe he's got
targeting
the
me?
upcoming
This is targeting
Manatee
me?
Sanctuary.
Too much credit.
Yeah, there's
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
the fourth.
Okay,
All right, there
please
it
give
is.
us an update about what's going on because
A gift to
I
you.
see an
I will
8 in the
pass.
middle.
Already
And I
passed.
know in the last time I checked this screen, there was an 8 in the middle
Do not want
again.
it.
So
Really?
we have
Do not want it.
Alan with only the 12 left. And out of everyone, he only has one token left, one sun dish.
Yes, and,
So
and it's interesting because he did not do that in the first round. And so Andrew just said to Alan that if you keep invoking Ra, you're not going to be able to use the God tile because he's sitting on a God tile, which allows you to take any tile in the display.
yes,
right?
oh my gosh.
But if
No,
he's
thank
out
you
of
to
it,
God.
then it's just going to be, I believe it's 2 points.
it's
if you
2
don't
points,
use it.
yes.
Yeah.
I have a board right here if you'd actually like for scoring
Oh,
too.
there you go. A couple reminded me.
Yeah. So I really love the new edition of Raw because the new edition comes with a board
Yeah.
where everything on the right side will discard after every round versus the left side will stay there until the end of the game.
What?
So it makes everything so much easier. I learned this game with the original edition.
Yeah, me too.
So,
yeah, big
yeah.
shout out to Ian O'Toole for the production. He's a master graphic designer, illustrator,
Amazing.
and it helped the usability of this game so much.
Yeah. I also see that. Oh, sorry. What was
Yeah, I
it?
was gonna say, let's look at what's out there.
Yeah. No flood tiles.
It looks like Alan's sitting on a flood tile.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. We got one flood tile and we have.
But again, yeah, Alan just struck out so quickly that he's only has left is his. Okay, Rich is invoking Rob.
Oh man, and Alan is the first one to
Yes, he
vote.
is. Well, I believe that's why
Alan,
he
so
did it.
yeah, Alan doesn't look at it.
I don't think he should take this one because he has a 12 and then he'll be out for the rest of the round. You still have halfway through to go. And when there's more tiles out there, you actually have a ton of pressure to pick up the tiles as they increase.
Sure.
And it's his last one to be out for the rest of the round. I don't think he should do it. I think he should pass.
You can see he knows that
Yeah,
he's
he's-
backed
he's-
himself into a little bit
He's
of a
making
corner.
his evaluations right now.
He also has a god tile, you know? Like,
He does, and that's the other thing he's considering.
you legally are allowed to look at the sun discs that are placed down. They're not open source, but
Yeah.
you can look at them.
It's not, yeah, it's not a memory game, right?
Yeah.
You can check. Well, I guess it is a memory game for the other players, I suppose, but it's not that hard to keep track.
Now, are they doing the former round thing where you write down your scores at the end of each epoch?
Yes.
They are. Okay, so the face down point tokens, you know, they're not used in this competition. You can use them if you want, but
Right.
it's what's written that counts.
Okay,
I
he's-
couldn't beat him. So.
He voted with a 6, I believe. Yes.
You invoked?
Okay.
Back to you.
So Rich actually got it.
You want it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll
Yeah, I
negate
know.
the negative 5 points there
Exactly.
Yeah.
on the right.
Now that was primarily
got his
important.
third.
Yeah, it was
Oh my
primarily
God.
important for him with the monument. You know, the river didn't really do much of anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Gray has a system
Sorry.
where
yellow.
he'll put his pieces in a way that
figured
helps
he'd
him
pass.
keep track of other players' scores. Apparently, he did that with his rings when he was playing with a choir. So that's a very interesting mnemonic device. That,
Is that legally allowed?
well, we've got the judge sitting at the table, so apparently
I would
it's
think so.
it's not. Okay.
Is this judge new?
Don't believe
He's
so.
not new. Okay.
Anthony Sacchenti, if I'm pronouncing that right. It looks like a nice Italian name, so
Okay.
hopefully I'm in the ballpark there.
Also, I mean, we don't have to worry about time because they are taking their turns in a timely manner, which
It's
is
the soft. Sorry, soft seeds. It's Sacchenti. Yeah,
Sacchenti. Okay.
Sacchenti. Yeah.
Speaking of soft, we actually played a round today where it was called soft raw and hard raw.
Oh,
I'm not joking. That's how we played. So whenever you pull a red tile from the bag, it's called the soft raw, and you tilt the raw on the side.
Okay.
And then if it's a hard raw, it means you called raw, and it goes straight up.
Okay, I don't support this
It
rogue
actually-
nomenclature.
It
Look.
actually worked, and there's a whole entire group that will draw the towel like above their head.
That's what
Like,
Alan's doing.
Yeah, what you just talked about earlier. Yeah.
I mean, I get that. That's like again, the taking away any even appearance of impropriety. But yeah, the soft raw and hard raw, that's a
It
new one
made
to me.
sense though, and it was super clear what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sounds like a follow-up game is in the works. Hard Raw 1978. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
You
Let's make it
you
happen.
heard it here first,
That's
folks.
right.
Okay.
That's a scoop.
Let's go. It's a scoop. Okay, come on.
All right, look at that.
Not the red, not the red. Oh. Wait, is that a flood one? Do I see 3 squiggly lines? Oh, that is a flood tile.
Flood.
Okay.
And Rich is pretty incentivized.
I mean, Alan's the only one that has it. We need more flood tiles out there,
Alan vote
folks.
for
Alan and, yeah, right.
Without a question.
All right, according to the rule
gotta
book,
get some
there's
points to catch
actually
up
12
on
flood
way
tiles
behind.
out there. I don't know what's been discarded because I just came in on second epoch, but only one is visible right now besides the one out on the main board.
So how much do you think taking tiles away from other players?
It's actually really important.
Oh, then
The
you
main
would've-
thing is
yeah.
monuments.
Yeah.
Like, if you know
Well, yeah,
that someone's
because
going to make a set
this
of
doesn't
7
do
or
anything
more,
without
I mean,
flood,
once
so,
you
yeah.
go from
Exactly.
6 tiles that are different monuments to 7, you're scoring 1 point each to 10 points total. And then you're going to work on your sets of 3 and 5.
It's interesting. I know you're not able to hear the table talk, Lon,
Yeah,
but
that's
Oh, yeah, I
they're
can't.
being pretty free about talking about
Oh, shoot.
these things
Okay.
amongst each other. That's not always the case.
No, no.
They're freely discussing what they're thinking
I am
about
vote
their valuations and things along those lines.
Okay, well, if I'm over,
was
you
just
know, if they're
thinking, like-
having an important conversation, I'm talking over, just be like, yo.
No, I'm just saying that that's not something you always see. A lot of times people are going to be very
Oh my
close
gosh.
to the vest. That's all I was saying there.
People are so wholesome at WSBG.
Yeah.
They were helping me make my last moves during the White Castle. They're like, "Are you sure you want to do that? You'd get more points that way." I go,
Yeah.
"Excuse me."
It's
I
exactly-
still lost.
yes.
It's just like so wholesome.
It really is.
It's a good environment.
It really
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw like on the White Castle last night, someone misscored. And they're like,
Yeah.
you actually get 2 more points.
I need.
Wow.
Oh, I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
and you
behind. I
legally
need to,
don't have to do that.
No, you
I need to
don't.
make a vote points.
So I'm not surprised they're talking it.
I think these are the type of players that will point out if you misscore something. I don't know that they'll always think out loud, but it's nice to see it.
Yeah, it is. It is. Now, I mean, they all want the ring. And they all want the title. So I think,
Definitely
you know.
want that.
Yeah.
And having
All
seen
right,
them
so,
now,
yep.
He's
great.
calling
Well, I
wrong.
don't have a choice, so.
Yeah.
Okay, what's gonna
That's
happen
an
here?
Apparently, that's a hard draw.
Now that's a hard rock.
Just
I
wanted
am not.
That's a hard rock cafe.
I didn't
the
expect
hard draw.
Well,
It's
that
time to
gives
get
them a
raw.
He
I
just
always
wants to
say it's
make
time to
sure.
get rod, but I
Yeah,
yell
that's
it.
I didn't know how much you care. If you want to pie, want to be sharing.
So we got a 12 in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
much
now
sharing.
that was his
But
last
really
bid.
did Pharaohs ever share?
No,
You
it's
know?
not for
That was
You lost that
Alan's
I know,
last
and again,
bid.
now he's sitting there with 2 god tiles, which essentially for him is just going to be 4 points.
It
much
is.
I knew
It's
that
not the
together.
worst thing
it's not the
because
worst thing, but boy.
these games have been lower scoring,
So raw
honestly.
just
So
come
4
out.
points,
Is that
still 4 points.
What was
yeah.
the winning score when you
You
played?
guys like
I don't want to
fight for,
talk
like,
about
non-
it.
Uh,
All I
it's
know
nice.
is my score, which was 9.
Okay, wait.
One wrong.
Yeah, he is.
Obviously, that was.
That's older than my
He's
time.
really far ahead, so we gotta kind of play nice with each other.
Now they were starting with 10 points each,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Plus 10, it was
Yeah, I
19.
I think you should play.
So we can
one on,
probably
get 12.
expect a winning score to be
Get two
north of
pharaohs.
50, I'd say.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Let's make a bet. We're in Vegas.
We are in Vegas.
Yeah,
Okay, what should
so-
we bet?
Yeah.
All my money went to the Phoenix tournament.
So, Andrew likely thinks that, Alan's our biggest threat here. And so he's trying to get everyone to kind of collude together. Let's play nice because Alan's out, right? So let's
Nice.
see if we can all get back in the mix here and kind of take Alan away from this position of power.
Yeah, 'cause me and you were
Because
tied.
if they,
You
they
never know when
can,
another raid could come up.
Yeah, but look at Andrew's monuments.
Well,
And he has the
sure.
flood tile.
sure.
That's going to
And
be,
another
what,
rocket.
5 points? That's
I
5 points for
passed.
the flood and Nile.
They all passed the one.
And who's a majority? Oh,
Serious pass.
So it's interesting because the one is out there,
Good
right?
golly gosh.
Well, it's not
And
good
now
at that.
Rich
He
is
has
sitting with
4
looks like a
fours.
2 on his board.
Oh yeah.
But he already has the 3 of that on.
so you have
Yeah.
4 more raw tiles that can come out.
Well, we need
Mm-hmm.
4
4 more raw tiles before Epoch 2 is over. And Alan is in the lead. 1, 2,
I don't want the
3,
one, though.
4,
And I
5,
want it. I want the
6.
flood.
So 6 Pharaoh tiles
yeah, you
for
need a
Alan. He's going to get 5 points for that. I don't think anyone's going to get that in 4 rounds for Pharaoh.
Well, you can use rivers.
Okay. So you just don't want to be least. And right now that's Andrew. So no wonder Andrew's like trying to cause chaos.
Right. Actually, no. This is a good point. Yeah. So if Rich gets that would be his 4th. That's a 5-point swing.
Okay.
You want to call this game now?
Are we predicting?
Yeah, I think
In
we need
Epoch 2, so much can change.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Okay, you know what?
For me,
I don't know if I can make a bet
One more
because
for him.
I really like Gray and I want
that
Gray
one
to
out of
win.
there.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Oh, boy.
Gray's one of my friends, you know?
one
Like
one
I don't know if I
for him.
should make a bet because I'm gonna go for Gray no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
So at this point,
fair.
Now it's both.
I would say, I mean, Rich almost has to call it at this point. He's not planning to. He's not going to win it.
Rich needs a flood tile, and I don't see one out
But
there.
So
even if
that's-
Rich doesn't win this, what he's doing is he's getting one of the other players to give up
Yeah.
their high value tile for the 1, right?
Yeah.
If he's left with that, that's a.
I
you know.
mean, he goes
So
from a
it's
2 to a
for
1. It's not
us.
that big of a loss.
No, no.
If he gets another monument.
So there was no reason for Rich not to
you
call
could beat him.
Rob.
Yeah, that was a good call.
I might not do that.
Also, I see a 5 and a 13 for Gray, and he only has 4 more tiles left.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Alan actually has this round.
Yeah.
Well, I do think that Alan maybe came out.
Came out too early.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll
Andrew's
pass.
pulling a big risk. He's going for endgame scoring. Gray is playing it safe. He needs
I just
he
need to
needs a
catch up.
good
I'm so far
pull.
behind.
Rich
Yeah.
is actually not doing too bad. He's not going to get any negative.
No, that is very true.
He needs a flood tile though.
Well,
He
a
really
flood tile
needs a
would be,
flood tile.
yeah, certainly.
Otherwise, he'll be low on the second epoch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang, look
I
at
feel
those
like
rings.
Gray is playing a game that has is.
He took it for 1.
Yeah. No. Again,
That was good.
he
Still
almost
good
can't
for
give
you.
it to Rich. You know what I mean? If that-
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, because now he has the highest sun disk, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that 13 right there?
Who you
So
look at?
if he waits till flood tiles out, he'll be secure for this round.
Right. Well, and then also at the end of the 3rd epoch, you're going to get 5 points if you have the highest
like
combined
that.
value of your bid tiles as well. So that's something you have to think about going into that.
yes, I do.
Third round, yeah.
Yeah, Gray taking the hit
Once you gotta
there.
make
So we
up for
started with a
another set
disaster.
No wrong.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, no.
Is that another tile?
That's a disaster. A monument
There's your
disaster.
flood.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Oh,
gonna destroy my board
Andrew
for a flood.
cannot get that, and neither can Rich.
No, I think they're both incentivized
Oh,
to
does
see
he
if
have
they
the
can make
sieve?
this one clear.
That's his
Is that a
monument
flood
issues.
tile?
Yeah, flood tile in there.
Oh.
Got a couple of sieve tiles in there.
Oh,
but-
Gray should force that.
There's
Oh,
Pharaoh.
then he has the 13, then he's out.
You'd have to, yeah.
Yeah, shoot, this is a hard call.
Well, I think they want to let this clear.
Come on. There's only like, how many flood
it's
tiles?
really-
There's only 12? Come on.
Really lose.
They need to go for it. Let's go, big money.
You never know. It could happen.
How much is that reward?
Says the person who scored 9.
I guess don't believe it.
Look, I don't got that ring on my finger. I don't have that weight pulling me down, you know? Like, gotta live large here.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
they did
they're clearing it.
Let it clear. Yeah. It was a consideration though.
Who goes?
So,
Certainly something that they
No,
were
it's
considering.
me.
do you know if anyone got the Flood Towel in Epoch 1?
I believe someone had the flood tile.
Okay.
There we go.
So now we have about 9 Flood Tiles left in the bag. And there's only one Epoch
passing?
left.
I'm passing.
So this one's almost done. So they could keep on stacking the regular tiles and then get a Flood
Really? This
later.
is
Yeah.
all bad.
Yeah.
Alan's loving
What tiles in the middle?
That's so
5?
fun. This is so
Looks like a
fun.
5.
Okay.
Rich sitting with that 2.
Doing a good job.
And again, he's got the low tile among
Raw.
the-
It's gonna be raw. I know it. I feel
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a
I
party.
can feel it in my bones. They only have 2 left.
Be the bonesator.
You go first. You're gonna pass or not?
I don't know. This is an awful position. Give me a
Oh,
second.
it's too good. No. Don't coin that. All right. Well, I'm glad they got those drought tiles out. Okay.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this is interesting leading into third. This is playing out unlike many raw games that I've seen.
Pass.
Okay, Gray. What you gonna do? I think he's gonna pull out flood tile.
Oh, the same
Now we
one.
can't see if
Oh,
that's
I
the same
get it.
symbol, but for those tiles, for the civilization tiles,
It's not worth
you
it.
score
It's a
points
3-point game
based
on
off
my,
of the different
number,
types,
that's it.
not matching.
Right.
It doesn't matter if they're matching, and they're gonna go away after every single epoch. So
Yeah,
if
the
those are
same.
2 different types, they're the same.
Those are the same, yeah.
I think Gray scored most of his points with those.
Really?
Yeah.
There's another flood.
Raw, and I'll take it.
That's flood
Yes.
tile number
You
9.
didn't take it
Oh,
before.
there you go.
That's
Nine,
yeah, that's
but-
9 of
I wasn't for
9
sure
right
gonna take
now.
it.
No, he wasn't sure, yeah.
I was
It was pretty
close.
close.
You have young eyesight.
He just
sounds
he
good.
relaxed at that point.
I got
any first?
LASIK surgery
Oh,
earlier
one of the good.
this
That's
year.
round still going, but
That's
yeah,
why.
it's your turn.
I'm just opening my eyes wider and somehow I can see more.
It's interesting,
that was-
right?
You got 13 out there? Okay.
But that was
I go from 2 to 13.
What tile did he take? What sun
He
disc?
took he
fall.
took the gosh, I don't remember
Start the next
exactly
round
what
with
he took. It was
13
not a high. It was a 5.
Okay. And so
Me
that
too.
civilization
What a
tile
way to end the
scored
second
him
round.
5 points total.
Well, yeah,
Such
but
a
he also picked up a flood with that.
He got
mean,
the plug, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a very big pull for Gray.
Okay.
Okay.
I should have
Nice.
just taken it.
Now, look at his
In
winning
retrospect,
tiles coming into
it's hard to do
the.
that, right?
That's not a position of power there, but
Was
Round
that
2
the end of the
scoring.
epoch?
Rich, starting with you.
yep.
Okay.
Any god tiles?
We're doing the scoring.
I have
No
no
way.
God tiles.
Pharaohs. Are you the lowest?
No.
No, I'm the lowest. Okay. Any Nile
Negative
points?
5 there.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Civilization?
0.
Any gold?
0.
Monuments are for round 3.
Right.
Sorry, so just
Yeah, sorry.
0
As soon as
for
we
that
go to
round.
score as well.
Yep.
All right, Alan.
There was
God
none
tiles.
there for Rich. Okay.
2, so 4
4 points. Pharaohs. 5 for that, right?
Yeah.
Any Nile points? 3. Civilization.
None.
Gold. 3. 150. Monuments for later. Suns for later.
And then you got
All right,
4 for
Alan.
God
4
tiles.
and 5 is 9. Plus 3 is 12. Plus 3 is
it looks
15.
like. Yep, 15 for Alan.
And Andrew.
Okay,
Sorry,
He's
15
God
at
tiles.
26 currently.
None. Arrows. -2.
Well, 26.
2. Nile.
I mean, the other
5.
players don't know that though.
Yeah.
Civilization. 0.
Well, I think it might be out there.
Gold.
Yeah.
0. Monuments. Suns for later.
Andrew's getting
Minus
3
2
for a
plus 5
total
is
of
net
7.
3.
They shouldn't
And
know
Braden,
the round
God
ones.
tiles.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Alan
Oh, that's
is
true.
happy
God tiles
that
2.
2 points.
going early
Pharaohs.
did not
0.
really cost him.
Niles.
No, it
Okay.
didn't. He's still in.
1, 2, 3, 4,
He's
5,
happier than
6.
he did.
Okay.
Civilization.
Okay.
5,
Yeah,
5.
so contestants will not know round
3.
1 scoring
Right,
once
right.
they score it in
Monuments. Suns for later.
heights.
All right, Braden. 2 and 6 is 8. Plus 5 is
They have good
13.
memories,
Plus
though.
3 is
They,
16.
yeah, they have
They
very good
likely
guys.
have a
Announce
pretty good
scores one more
idea.
time for everyone. All right, Rich was 0. Alan 15. Andrew
Look at this. This
3.
is,
Great.
right
Having
now, this is
16.
a
That's
two-person
it.
race
Yeah.
right now.
All right. Make it out the points.
I mean, Andrew's monuments
So
tile,
Rich,
like,
nothing.
don't
Alan
be fooled by
15. I'm just going to
those.
give you a 10.
No,
I just give you a
no.
10
Yeah.
and 5 here.
And he got those
I was scared.
He got those Nile tiles.
Yeah, well, Andrew and Rich
um,
both are
I can get changed
clearly
for it
going
if
to
you want
be,
some more
at this point,
Give me
they're
a-
scoring the most in monuments,
five.
which are endgame, but it'll be
So
interesting. to
Gray's
see.
last pull really helped him for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a great last pull for him. Now, again,
Well, I'm
he's
gonna
sitting
do that too,
with
so
three
maybe
very
one
low
Yeah, 3
value.
point round.
Monuments.
No, bid tiles going into
thanks.
Is that a 1-3-5?
Grayden gets 16,
Sure
I'm just
is.
gonna give
Oh.
you 10, 5, and 1.
He needs.
Now, again, depending upon how things play out, as a matter of fact,
All right.
was
Round
it
3 then has the
Gray that was
13.
talking about?
no
One
one.
of the players was
The board has
talking about-
13
no,
actually.
it was,
So now
Raw.
Gray that was talking about
12.
how you can.
Yep,
a lot of
and then
times
loose
those 1,
tiles that are on the
2,
right
3
side of your
value
board.
Oh, yeah.
Bid tiles
I mean,
are a lot stronger than
That's
people
like your
realize.
stack.
Because you can force people to
Absolutely.
pull their
Really
tiles.
comfortable.
Yeah.
It's very
I mean,
situational.
yeah, start the
But
last
if
round.
you're an inexperienced player, which I hope these players are not, you will use, people will just pass and you'll use up all 3 sun discs and then you're out. So you have to be very careful on when you do
Oh,
that.
starting off with a disaster in the
fun
30
for
epoch.
everyone.
That's interesting.
That helps him.
Yes.
No, I'm saying it helps him because
that
the longer the draw goes,
the drop
he's in the
tile?
lead. So yeah.
I just love that these players are pointing things out to
Yeah.
each other, and they're
Yes.
No, you actually okay. In total, like you actually.
Yeah, they're saying that that's going to actually would help
I'm close. I'm
Alan,
not.
or excuse me, Andrew, because they think that Alan's ahead.
I don't know if I like that because I wouldn't want players
think about
colluding if
something.
I was in the lead, you know?
It's
But there's no rule against
there
it.
is no rule against it, and honestly, I'm not so sure it will work. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
it's possible. I
But that leans into too much of a co-op game.
mean, yeah.
Can we get the announcers to state the current?
Is the current scores they're looking for?
We don't know the full scores from round 1 to 2. I'm not sure if we can say that right now.
Yeah, we have their total scores right
Okay.
now. Right now, at the beginning of the because they're on a bit of a delay, the chat. So,
Oh.
Rich with 2, Alan with 26, Andrew with 7, and Gray with 28. That was leading into this
I'll
last.
put my 6 too.
Could you say that one more time?
Rich with 2, Alan with 26, Andrew with 7, Gray with 28.
Overall score?
Yes,
Did you say 2 points?
yes.
Yeah, Rich
Again,
is-
keeping in mind that
He's got
Rich and
2.
Andrew both have
He's
the
got
most,
the monument.
the end game scoring. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Could
Could have been to the final.
Well, it depends on if you were sitting on 40 points on Monument.
That's
too.
true. That's true. Yeah, and we do see chat. There is a bit of a delay.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. We do see your comments. It's just a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Wow, look at all those monuments for Andrew.
Yeah, they Andrew obviously is going for the diversity scoring there, whereas Rich is doing a little of both.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Rich would love to get that last one. And also be able to do a Sportsman River and
Couple of raws out there.
Oh shoot, our volumes is overwhelming. Oh, I'm sorry, Solid Snake.
Oh, is it?
What tile is that? 6. 6.
Okay.
I didn't
It's
know
like
if it was a
horse
9 or
racing.
6.
You have to like get used to the ambiance, you know?
I think I pulled the red.
Oh, is it there? Okay.
Yeah, okay, so Alan took, I think that was mostly.
Come on, Alan.
Oh. Okay, so the raws are coming out a little quickly, as you might expect in the 30 epoch.
Yes,
you
I
know,
love.
As the bag thins.
I love some anxiety on Epoch 3.
Yep. Well, it's one of the brilliance of the design. One of the brilliant aspects of the design is that, the third round is going to have an accelerated pace.
Yeah. So right now,
Yeah.
that monument tile, I believe is number 1 or
It's
2,
played very well.
and Andrew and Rich already have that. So that would be good for them if they're trying to make a 3.
Okay. All right, now that would be, let's see.
Rich has that one too. He wants
Andrew
this
and
one.
Rich
Yep.
both have
Oh shoot.
But again, you can score for multiples, anything beyond 3.
Yeah, and Gray does have 3 Pharaoh tiles, but they're kind of stacked. Okay.
All right.
The overhead just freeze. No,
Oh no, he
Gray's
was
just
thinking.
slow roll.
Thinking.
He was thinking.
And of course pulls a flood tile. I think at this point everyone wants that tile. This is going to be a really good pull. The unfortunate thing is going to be a low sun disk.
Well, I think that's why it's gone as long as it has.
Yes. Is that a 2?
I believe it's a second. Could be a. Oh, it's a 7.
That's
so-
a 7. So it's not the worst thing.
No, it's not terrible.
Now, just for viewers' sake, okay, Rich has the 2. Thank
yeah.
you. So just for viewers' sake, at the end of the game, whoever has the highest sun disk total of all 3 of their sun disks will get an additional 5 points, and the least amount will get -5. So you do not want to have the least
How
amount.
surprised you pulled?
Right.
Could we go over what a tiebreaker would be in this
I was
game?
surprised you took it.
Yeah.
The highest
Highest
of the
sun
sun
disk.
tiles.
I want
Single.
The single.
Yeah.
So in this case, in a 4-player game, that would be the
Okay, so
15.
You drew the
Rich
wrong
is,
back for
he's
that.
definitely, he's
16.
he's going all in.
No,
But, you know, I mean,
It's
there's
just
a lot of
It's a
monuments.
funny
right
phrasing.
Well, but he knows that
Will
I'm
he
not
have
the one to
enough
go after.
to make up the goals?
Why not go a little higher up so we can see the.
Which one?
Can you lift those ones up more so that we can see
These ones higher?
Yeah,
In a 4-player game,
Pull
yes,
the,
thank
the
you.
bag.
I just pulled
Yeah,
from
so,
the
so
back.
the players are asking for Rich to more clearly, you know, show which tiles he's sitting
go?
on.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
Sure,
he's-
It's your go.
Yeah.
You have to
I mean, with so many monuments,
Right.
real estate is
It's your
small.
turn next.
And I'm sure, you know, they're doing calculations. They can kind of look and see what
Yeah.
everyone's monument scoring is. That's open.
It is good though. They have a game theory table, you know, a lot of real estate.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks,
Yes, that does make
all of
sense.
these beautiful components pop. I guess
I'm gonna make
that-
you
I mean,
something
I
good
want
for
this
you. I'm making
playmat.
you use it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, why are you helping him?
It is pretty.
You don't have to.
Well, he gets a 12. So.
Okay, so he took the 7. The 12 is out now.
There is an amazing amount of table talk for a championship game.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are they talking about?
Well, they're really talking about, well, why are you helping him? It's a 12, and you know, there's a lot of that type of like self-policing almost, putting
Interesting.
pressure on other players. Oh, that's an interesting play.
That's 7, right?
Huh?
That's 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, Rich's strategy is clear. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's hoping to bridge the gulf there.
So just as a review, Rich's total score for Epoch's 1 and 2 total are 2
Yeah,
points.
he's sitting on 2
So
points.
he needs to be able to score a variety of 8 different types for 15 and 5 of the same kind for 15. That's what he's going for.
And I have noticed that Alan is doing much
The gods I
fewer
play with. Yeah,
raw
you got-
invocations.
He hasn't needed to. He's
Yeah,
came out
that's
very
true.
fast.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, who pulled it?
Right now, Gray does have the 3 and the 5. I'm curious to see what he's going to do with it.
Yeah.
It is really
Oh, boy.
risky. Oh,
All right, it's
oh,
getting-
this could really change the game right here.
It's getting real spicy.
Yeah.
It's half right out of park. It's 2 away from the park.
But again, you know, people might just be thinking, okay, well, I'm just gonna, unless something comes out that's perfect, I'm gonna stick with my higher value sun tiles.
Yeah. I think that needs to be a flood tile, and there it is right there.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a, yeah, and the sun disk in the middle is a 2?
2. And so.
2 flood tiles.
1.
It's a 1.
So
oh.
Rich, what does Rich do here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's taking the god tile. That was
Okay.
amazing for Gray.
Yeah,
Been
Good,
helping.
good,
He's
good.
doing it. You're not out of it, Greg.
We'll see.
I don't think you're out of it.
Never know.
Oh boy.
I don't think you're
It's
out
getting
of
very wet there.
What the heck?
Oh man, look at this. Does Rich drop his, I don't know, I don't think so.
No.
It's not, I don't mean, I just don't know. if
You've
it's
got to be kidding
Okay, so
me.
he's bidding, right?
Oh, what is going to happen?
Well, Rich has a decision to make, but he can calculate score-wise.
Epoch 3 is one for the books. This is going to make history. Every single move counts.
Yeah, and he's putting pressure on Alan too, Gray, by
Yes.
doing that invoking.
Okay, because it's near the end,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
who do you think is going to win? Each of you. I want to hear it. I'm already voting for Gray.
I think Gray might have it, but it's going to be really close here.
What do you think?
Because I'm not enough of a mathematical thinker to know how
I
much
I
Rich is
defer to the person who scored
no, just-
9 points at Raw this morning. I could roll a die.
Just roll a die. Just
roll
like
a
pick a-
die.
yeah, pick
This
a-
is they are
All
so
right, what's Alan
balanced.
going to do? Is he going to play it? Is he going to do the 10?
Come on, let's go. What's gonna happen? Okay, the 8 was voted. Gray with the 3.
Alan, our math professor, is
Yeah.
really giving this some thought.
Come
Yeah.
on, Alan.
He did
Oh,
it. He did
he
it.
voted with the 10.
Okay.
He switches a 1 for a 10.
Yeah. And well, that's what Gray wanted.
Gray wanted
I'm
that,
taking it
yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah. Well, I need the points.
OMG.
Oh, it was Andrew that took it, not Alan. I thought Alan took
He
took
grabbed
it
it with the 11.
Oh, okay.
So Alan still has the 10.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what it is. Alan did bid the 10, but then Andrew came
Oh.
on top with the 11.
Oh, that hurt Alan. That hurt Alan. Oh, no. Oh, because Andrew has all those monuments and now has the flood tile.
Yeah, and now the 11's sitting there in the
Yeah. You know, honestly, Gray needs to pull something if he wants this one. Like, he needs to pull some lucky tiles or something and win it.
Well,
With a
yeah,
3 and a
yeah,
5, I don't know
Alan-
if that's
Alan,
going to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
He needs to bleed him dry. Pull raw every single time.
I thought you were out. My apologies.
No, it's okay.
so Alan evoked it, Andrew passed.
Okay.
Gray went in.
Yeah, Andrew doesn't want out. He wants to save it. Bleed him dry.
Okay, so he took it with his
You get the points.
15?
Yeah, up there. Okay, I'll give you the -5.
Why are you hurting me though? Why are you
That
hurting me? I didn't-
Well, it helps me. too.
was
Oh,
a 4.
Boy, yeah.
Nine, was it
Yeah.
9 out there?
The 8.
It was
sorry.
an 8.
My,
Next round for it.
my eyesight
You know,
is
we're not
atrocious
we're
here,
not old,
apparently.
okay? We're not old.
Yeah,
Raw.
all right.
Well, that's funny.
All right, well,
Okay, does that mean Gray invokes hard raw? Don't quote me on that.
I don't think, the way you described it, you can't invoke hard raw. It has to happen, right? Oh,
Well,
no,
I mean, it's
hard
not a soft
raw
draw.
is out of the
Soft draw is
bag,
where
yeah.
you draw it from the bag.
I gotta tell you, this
It's a thing. It's a thing.
It is now.
this whole, TikTok, Twitch.
TikTok. I
speak,
learned it today.
I have no idea what's happening.
I paid
Oh
in
wow!
for this.
Look at
ring.
these look at these players.
All right.
Okay, so someone needs a civilization
Okay.
tile, or they're getting negative 5
Andrew's
points.
going in.
I can't help it.
9 wins?
They need it. There you go. That's yeah,
Well, that
not
saved
getting
him-
-5.
Yeah, that saved him the 5 points.
Yeah. Everyone needs that civilization tile. Andrew's the only one who has that tile. And no one else has a god tile.
So
they need
yeah,
it.
with
This
with
is
Gray having the
bad.
5, Alan can't just call it to try to get that with his 4. You'd have to, you know what I mean? Because Gray could come in and get it with his 5.
Yeah, yeah. Look at Gray, how he's like he's like holding his
Okay,
head.
so Alan does call it.
Okay,
Drawing on that.
Yes.
just for the number.
Well, yeah, he's going to see. Will Gray come out with his? Will he come out with his 5?
Wait a second.
Or his 3.
Well, if he comes out with his 3, then Alan can just jump it with the 4.
Oh,
See what
good
I'm saying?
point. I think he needs to come out with his 5 then.
That's kind of what he's.
Yeah.
He's putting the ball in his
He
court.
doesn't want the lowest score. And what is Gray's first sun disc? I don't remember. I think it was pretty low.
That's a 3 and a. Oh, the one underneath. I
Yeah.
don't remember honestly.
It was low.
This is why I'm not a world championship.
This
winner.
is not good. I think Andrew might have it because of this. Andrew pulled a really good move. Oh no. This is so
All right,
intense.
so he pulled the 3. Okay.
He did pull with the 3. I called
Yeah,
it.
and
Big money.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So. he
And
takes
what
it.
does Alan have to lose, you know?
No,
Like,
I mean that's
we're
why
almost
he
done
called,
with this epoch.
That's why he called Raw. There's no reason not to do
Okay.
that. The question was he willing to put his 5 out there?
Yeah.
He was not.
Oh, there we have it. Another civilization tile. Pull raw. You're not pulling raw.
Mm-hmm.
You want the game to end, Alan.
That's it. That's it. I did it.
It's too stressful.
Now I win.
Oh, really?
All right. So here's where the rubber meets the road.
You don't want it? No, it's the correct way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, last round scoring here.
Can't handle it.
So I'm gonna seat one rich. Any god tiles?
It's gonna happen.
Your pharaohs?
Can you let me know? I can't hear anything.
5, and that's going to be
So-
0.
Yeah.
Gray prematurely announced Alan winning, but we'll see.
1.
So Gray thinks he's got it figured out and that Alan has the game.
Civilization?
So let's let the numbers
-5.
Minus 5.
play through.
0.
your monuments.
Well, who is the
Okay, so
mathematician?
Rich,
That's Alan.
That's Alan?
Yeah.
Okay, so Alan would know.
15, 20, right?
we're getting a lot of scoring here.
Okay.
Now they're all doubles.
So 20, 20 for monuments.
20.
All right.
Rich had 20 out of
10
monuments.
turns over.
Yeah, let's see the sun tiles too.
30, I think I have. Most of I do.
30. So you're gonna get 5 on that.
Because there's like
Okay, so Rich got the highest total.
equalize that.
Okay.
Sun
Alan,
tiles.
God tiles. None. Pharaoh. 5. Nile.
Maybe 28. So,
0.
That's actually good.
yeah, but I don't think that's enough to make the
I don't
difference.
think Rich has this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Gold.
He's gonna get some points off of his.
Monuments.
monuments?
Yeah, but no, he got all those. Okay, so here we go. Alan
Okay.
with 10.
Okay.
God tiles. None. 0. Pharaoh.
I think he had 26
negative.
at the close of the last round, so he would be at
Niles?
36.
1, 2, 3,
Oh, 8 for Alan, looks like.
Civilization.
So
0.
34.
0.
Monuments.
7. So it's 10. 10.
Going to Andrew.
Okay. And then Graydon. God tiles.
None.
Pharaohs.
Andrew at 16.
Niles.
For monuments?
6.
No, total scoring for the epoch.
Civilization.
Thank you.
0. -5. Sorry, it's -5.
Gold.
0.
Monuments.
3.
Rich has 28 final, or we're still?
No,
Who was
that's
the
for this
ace
epoch.
On the
Okay.
Suns.
I was.
But he was sitting on, I think,
Minus
2
5
going in.
Suns.
Yes.
Rich, you had
Yeah,
plus
he was.
Yes.
Okay, for this round's total, Rich, I see 8 minus 5
Andrew with
is
16
3,
is a big amount.
plus 20 is 23.
23
is
for Rich? No, 28. Yeah, I think,
Alan, I see 5
think
minus
that's-
5
ooh,
is 0.
yeah, I think that's
plus
gonna give it to
5 is
Alan.
5.
Great.
Andrew,
Alan total.
minus 2 plus
Think
6
so.
is net 4. Plus 10 is 14.
Yeah.
Graydon, 6 minus 5 is positive 1. Plus 3 is positive 4. Minus 5 is minus 1.
Yeah.
All right. So, round 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Rich, round 1 score was 2. Round 2 score was 0, so you're still at 2. And then plus
Yep, so it looks
28,
like-
so 30. For your final score. Alan, 11 and 15.
So we're
is
adding the final
26.
scores now.
Plus 5 is 31. Andrew, 4
Okay.
and 3
Yeah.
is 7.
31 for Rich.
You gotta go in on Alan
Yeah,
celebrating there.
Graydon,
Yeah.
12 and 16 is 28.
-1.
Minus 1 is 27.
Yeah, I can see.
Final score of Alan, 31. Rich, 30.
Wow.
Graydon, 27. Andrew, 21.
Yep.
1 point away.
Alan got him by
1
1
point
point.
game.
That monument
That-
scoring
that-
almost got him there. And I
Wow.
think he also had the high
Nice
sun
game.
tiles, too.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
One
Really
point.
close. Look at that.
Wow.
Rich, nice game.
Whoa.
Yep.
I came
All right.
close.
And
I came
those
close again. I
was the
can't.
final
those are low scores.
What was the final
Mind you
score?
guys,
That,
we-
that-
So it was
let's talk about
did
why it
all
was so
extra
low.
jumping. Very
Alan
difficult
was
to make it to the final
driving that
table.
game
Yeah.
to be a very quick game.
He was pushing things along. So again, as a reminder for final scores, Alan with 31, Rich with 30, Gray with 27, and
Okay.
Andrew with 21. So,
Okay.
a 10-point swing from first to, fourth place. And again, these
Good game, yeah.
to my knowledge and experience are pretty low scores. But again, I think that had a lot to do with just the way that they were playing, like pushing the tempo. And so, that happens sometimes. And before we actually end this stream, we've got a special guest here, John. If you don't mind, Bonds, he's gonna take your seat for a moment, and he wants to share some pearls of knowledge. with us.
Well, let's see. One, that was awesome.
It was.
I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I'm sure there were a bunch of people screaming "raw, raw, raw."
Absolutely,
You
you have to do it.
This has been one of the most exciting tournaments we've ever run.
Mm-hmm.
It's the largest one we've ever run. It's just been absolutely amazing how some of these players, just like she said, just Alan's just driving it, and you're talking Gray has won multiple rings.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're playing against and Gray didn't. Gray took third.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, I just wanted to say, we're just having a great tournament. The Phoenix games, which are the outside games, are the highest we've ever done. gave out almost 3,500 in cash just this morning.
Wow.
You know, which was 3 times anything we did last year. So everything's growing here. Our tickets are on sale for next year. We hope everybody can come out, and whether you're open gaming playing Phoenix, whether you're playing ring games and playing Phoenix, we got something for everyone, and we're just so excited. This is just an amazing tournament. We have the best designers in the world here, Jackie, and we have Max is here from Earth. We have Connie Vogelman from
Wormspan.
Yeah, we have some of the top designers in the world, and it's just great. And you get to play with them, and you get to go see them, and you get to talk to them. So it's just an amazing tournament. We want to see everybody here. We're glad you watched it on the live stream, and we'll continue doing this throughout the whole tournament. So thank you guys for everything you've done, and we're just so excited.
Absolutely, it's been a joy. It's been
This has been so much fun.
fantastic
What a
event
great
so
game.
far. And look, we still got more to go. We're not done yet, but we are done with this stream. So we'll be ending this one, but stick around because later on we're going to be coming with the finals for Cascadia. Let's see who the best Cascadia player in the world is. I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, who needs to go out in nature when you have Cascadia?
100%.
I haven't seen the sun since Thursday.
Absolutely. So we can simulate that here on the table. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this stream. My name is Mike Delicio.
I'm Jackie Fox.
And I'm Bonzinator.
And stick around because there's more great coverage to come from the World Series of Board Gaming.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching this video. Check out our channel. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We have live videos that go up each week, from live Q&As to videos where we take a look at the newest stuff on Kickstarter, crowd surfing, to top 10 lists and more. There's lots of stuff on this channel. We encourage you to explore it. You can find out more at our website, dicetower.com. I'm Tom Vassell. Thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower.